Hi there, it's Lori, and this is called What Am I Thinking Wednesday because I just realized it's July 29th, and I'm supposed to have a baby blanket done by August 3rd, and I haven't started it because I've been doing the animal blanket. So, well, let's see if I can manage to do it. It's partially inspired by um, MJ's Off the Hook, partially inspired by Repeat Crafter Me. It's going to be a cow print blanket. You saw this. I put this yarn together the other day. I took the graph from the Yarn Inspirations. I think that one was the MJ's Off the Hook. Yeah, the Yarn Inspirations graph, and then I kind of took a picture of it and then pulled it. It is a free That's a free pattern, not her hooded cow blanket. That's not a free pattern, so I wouldn't have done that. But I took that and then I modified it, played around with it in Stitch Fiddle. I'm in theory making it the same size as the map blanket, and I'm going to record. I'm going to try to do it as a connected or linked double crochet. We're going to see how that looks. So I will film a little bit of that as I work through it. Can I do it? Right now it's Tuesday afternoon, the 29th. I believe the 3rd is Sunday. Can I get it done with only 2 colors? Maybe? Guess we're going to find out. I'll show you where I get to, and I will show you, I will go ahead and film what I'm going to try with the linked double crochets, and I'm going to see how it looks. If I hate it, I'll pull it back, but I'll know right away. So you'll get to see that right away. All right. See you in a minute. I realized I did not tell a funny story about my dad. I promised funny stories about my dad. This is cute and funny. So they got married in the mid 70s, 1970s, and I guess it's time for Missy to visit us. Anyway, so they literally invited everybody to their house, their apartment, for a April Fool's Day party, but it was actually their wedding. Yep, they got married on April Fool's Day. And my stepmother worked for a justice. Well, she worked for a judge, a justice. That was her job. And so he came and did their wedding and in their apartment on April Fool's Day, and everybody was there for an April Fool's party, which I don't know what you would expect at an April Fool's party, but you certainly wouldn't expect a wedding. But that's my dad. I never forgot their anniversary. I don't know what year, 75 or 76. I'm not sure. But I know what date, April 1st. Could have even been 77. I don't know. No, 75 or 76. Anyway, that's my dad's story. Yep, their wedding was April Fool's party. Yep. All right, now you can watch this. I'm going to apologize in advance for the audio in the second part. I don't know what happened there. I tried some noise suppression, so I'll apologize in advance. So there you go. There's your story, and I'm going to come back after and show you how far I got tonight. Okay, so I'm using my other 5.5 millimeter furls hook. It's a different line, so it's different than the one I'm using on the animal blanket. I haven't used this one very much, so because I love that other one, but so far it feels all right. I'm going to start in the traditional way, and this probably will be all I film of this. So I did a slip knot and I did a chain 6. I'm not going to worry about back bumps. I'm going to count 3 from the end or 4 from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, whichever way works for you. I'm going to yarn over and go into that. And as you can see, I crochet very loose. And this is going to be the same as always. Now, here's where it's the connected. Now, on the animal blanket, I'm going in this leg right here. Boy, that's really hard to see with black. I apologize for that. Anyway, so instead, I'm going to go under this loop here because I do want that line like we saw in Camille's creations in her. And then I'm going to go in the next chain, drop a loop, and then pull through 2, pull through 2. Let me show you that again. Boy, that is one loose chain. All right, through this, not the leg like I was doing on the animal blanket, but up here. Wow, that's so hard to see. I'm so sorry. I may have to just record that separately altogether. I'm going to do, oh, I'm not telling you exactly what I'm doing. Sorry. I'm going to chain 6. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, whichever way works for you. Yarn over. The first one's just a regular US terms double crochet. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to go through this. Now the reason I'm trying this connected is because since it's for a baby, I want to reduce how many holes there are in it. Where's my chain 3? There it is. All right. Oh, you know what? Actually back that out. I'm going to go through the other side. I'm going to flip that first. So that chain 3 is at the top here. Then I'm going to yarn over and go through that. Wow, I made it all wonky. Sorry, guys. All right. Wow. I'm definitely going to have to re-record this because this black yarn is a no-go, even with the pink background. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yarn over. Go through that. Now I know, see, old habits are hard to break. And go through here. Pull up a loop through there. Then go into the next chain. That's what makes them linked or connected. I'm wondering. All right. Let me see if I like how that looks. And then we're going to slip stitch to this. Again, we're trying to minimize our holes. That is. That's a little loosey-goosey. I might have to chain 2 instead of chain 3. Because look at that. All right, but I do like the connected there. Yeah, I think I'm going to chain 2. All right, I will film that whole process with a different color yarn, and I'm going to do a chain 5 to start and chain 2 instead of chain 3 with the double crochets because it's just too gappy otherwise. But the connected does look good. I know you can't tell with the black at all, so I will come back with a different yarn and show you that in a bit. All right, so I've been through a lot of trial and error. First of all, I had to go down to a 4.5 millimeter hook. I did end up going back to a chain 6, 3 double crochets. Here's all the things I tried before I found the solidness that I liked. It's not solid, but it looks pretty solid, so I'm happy with that. So the things I tried. So first of all, you saw me with the 5.5. Like I said, I had to go down to the 4.5 because everything I tried was too challenging. One of the things I chose to, sorry, my neighbors are being loud. See if that helps with that at all. I'll shut one of my windows. Okay. I want that cat head in the center because it kind of gives me a place to make sure I'm on camera. So one of the things I tried was chain 5 linked half double crochet. So I want to show you that. I will tell you, it has been challenging to figure out in the center, yes. Like I said, I'm using that. It says the secret ingredient is cat hair, but I'm using that to keep me on screen. So, all right. So I'm using the 4.5. I just grabbed some cotton knit or some yarn. It happens to be a cotton blend. Oh my goodness. But cotton splits. 5. The first thing with half double crochets is you're going to chain 5. So slip knot, chain 5. Again, this is not a corner to corner tutorial. This is just my process. I will have links to corner to corner tutorials. I do a lot of
little hacks and tips on corner to corner, so I do have a playlist with that. So I only chain 5. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, yarn over into that one. Oh my gosh, 1, 2, 3, there it is. So that means we only have a chain 2, because the height of a half double crochet, because we yarn over and pull through all 3, that leaves a chain 2, because the height of a half double is a lot less, right? So to do a linked half double crochet, I go in, I'm probably supposed to go in this leg, yarn over, pull through, then go into the next chain, yarn over, pull through, then pull through all 3. I didn't verify on the half double. It's so hard on the black to see any of the stitches. So I just said, never mind. So it's through this. See how there's the 3 loops there? We're going to go through that loop, yarn over, pull through, then into the next chain, yarn over, and then pull through all 3. And then chain 5 and do your corner to corner. So this is one thing I tried. I didn't end up it when I got to this, putting 3 stitches in here in this chain 2. For me, it was like making it spread apart. So I went back to the oh, by the way, for me, since I start in this corner as a right-handed person, my odd rows go down and my even rows go up, so I'm at row 6. Sounds impressive that I'm already to row 6, but it's not. If you know about corner to corners. Each row gets bigger until that lovely row where it starts getting smaller. Anyway, so evens go up, so I know that this is going to be row 7, so row 7 is going down. Like I said, it was like pushing out this chain 2 to have 3 stitches in there. I didn't like it. But just for grins and giggles, I'm going to chain 6 and pretend like that was a regular double crochet, just so you can see that linked double crochet on here better. I do ultimately like it. I do flip my work first before going in the chains. And yarn over. The hardest thing for me with doing this linked double crochet in the corner to corner is that the first double crochet is just normal. I do not want to link it to the chain because I need a chain space to put stitches into. Okay, so then where I should be going is right here to do a linked. However, I'm going to be lazy and go through this leg. Yarn over, pull through, into the next chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then, again, it should be through here, but I don't want to fiddle with it that much, so I'm going to go through that front leg. And that's what I did here, because black, I cannot see that stitch to deal with it, and I need to do this fast, so that's all you're going to see of that. Oh, did I link it? Yeah. And then the other thing I noticed that I needed to do, so we'll pretend like these are the same, is when I slip stitch, I'm pulling it down really tight. And since you don't go into the chains, I make that first chain really tight. And it just kind of helped cinch it up. But like I said, for me, the hardest thing, sorry about the dog, is to do the linked, to remember to do the linked, and I can double check just by pulling those apart. Yep, there's a line there. And again, if I was going through here, there'd be a nice texture going across it. Right? I just cannot with the black yarn, so I'm not going to bother. Now, I went into the chain space there. One of the hacks that I do, I went through the leg and I have my loop to like cinch it up a little more, is to kind of go under, instead of just going in the chain space, kind of go underneath. Nope, not there. I'm going to go underneath that stitch and then do my double crochet. That's just something I do because that makes that hole a little bit smaller. And then I would chain 6 and go on with my business. All right. I am using my hand winder and making little cakes instead of bobbins because they're all going to need to be quite large. Hopefully that was helpful. So the final decision on this was chain 6, link double crochet. Again, the first double crochet, do not link that to your chain because you chain 3, again, corner to corner, traditional double crochet, corner to corner, other than that I'm linking it. I needed to pull that a little bit. It was looking wonky. So even stretching it, you can see it's not really making giant gaps. So I'm happy with this. Went down to the 4.5 millimeter furrows. Linked double crochet for the 2. So the first one is double crochet, regular double crochet, US turns, and that is where I'm having to pay attention because when you do it regular, your brain wants to do a regular double crochet on the next 2, but I want it linked because that makes that block just so much more dense and connected without being squished down as a half double crochet. Now, people that don't crochet loose, we'll see what size this is when I finish. Chances are you would get whatever gauge I got with the 4.5 with a 5.5 or even a 6. We'll see how it ends up. But I'm gonna make a lot of mini cakes to do this as opposed to the bobbins because I just think that's going to be easier for me with this particular thing since it is just black and white. All right. And yeah, we'll see. Can I get this done from Tuesday afternoon to late Saturday night? We shall see. And as always, thanks for coming in. And can I get an amen?
All right, quick update. This is how far I got. So this is row 19. I'm about to start row 20, which, I mean, could sound impressive, but yeah, you can see they're pretty small rows. But on the graph, that's up to here. So like I said, I took that graph from your inspirations, put it into Stitch Fiddle, modified it, made it the size I wanted, moved things around, adjusted shapes. But that's what it's going to look like. And that's how far I got. And I probably only spent solid actual work time, maybe 2 hours. Probably less than that. Well, yeah, definitely less than that because I was having trouble getting it to size the way I wanted it to on that print. Anyway, that's where I'm at. Can I get done by Sunday? We'll see.